Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, episode 14 of our Fabula Ultima campaign, Fatal Ascension. We've been building up to a boss fight ever since he decided to sneak in and steal away Sprout's powers, and now we're out for revenge. But before we dive into it, I do have just a few announcements to go through. The first, of course, being that we are sponsored tonight and every stream by Soul Muppet Publishing. They are a very cool publishing house with a bunch of very cool games under their belt, namely Orbital Blues, which we have done a playthrough of on the channel, and you will see again once I get my little paws on Orbital Blues Afterburn. If you like rules light games, if you like cowboy space westerns, go check it out, along with all of the rest of their stuff. Also, if you miss any of our streams, you can find them on our YouTube channel. It's just Lost Caravan RPG on YouTube. Hundreds of videos, over 1,000 hours. So much content. Go support all of the very cool nerds that put together all of those stories. But that is it. That is all I have for announcements. I'm going to go around, let everyone tell you who they are, and who they're playing tonight, and how they're feeling going into hell. We will go left to right, top to bottom, as we do, which means that we are starting with Anna.
That is me. Hello, I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny most places on the internet, and I play Cadence, the Time Assassin. She doesn't really want to go into hell, especially to save someone who tried to murder us the first time that we met her.
Only a little.
Only a little, but Cadence has grown attached to this group. And if this is something that Sprout needs, then it is something that she will help with.
Absolutely. And speaking of Sprout, over to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon. I am playing Sprout, who is, I don't know that Sprout is really thinking too hard about it being hell. I think Sprout's just like, yeah, we're just gonna go vibe. And I suspect in the middle of it all, Sprout's gonna be like, oh fuck, we're in hell. And that's gonna be a problem. But you know what? They want to save their girlfriend. And it is what it is. Sprout's just a little resigned.
It's gonna be fine.
I'm sure.
And that brings us to brings us over to Glyza.
I'm Glyza. My pronouns are they, he. I am the guide for the longest running monster care squad AP called From the Library. You can find me everywhere on the internet as at Classical Glyza. If you found at Classical Glyza anywhere, hey, that means you found me. If you find something that says Punk Pop Glyza, no, you didn't. But that's it. Today I'll be playing Echo, and Echo is here to just vibe until he can have an opportune moment that he will keep to himself until, the opportune moment strikes. But for now, he's here. He's chill and wants to hang out with his friends and wants to help in whatever way possible. If it means going to hell, well, he's been through worse. He was yep, he's been through worse. And that's it for him. And that's it for me. Hi.
And then over to our resident war crime, Kit.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It is only a war crime if it is committed during wartime. Hi, everybody. I'm Kit. You can find me most places on the internet at KitRoll, or some more obscure places at KitRollCause. Tonight, I will be Ophelia, who has done nothing wrong in its life, ever. You can take that to the bank. Just a little automaton. I'm here to help my friends and maybe figure out the secrets behind how I was made, but that can wait. That's fine. We don't need to talk too much about that. I'm sure it's fine and normal and regular. We're just gonna go save Sprout's girlfriend. And that's gonna be awesome because Sprout deserves this, and she only tried to kill us once. So, water under the bridge at this point, I think.
You totally didn't meet the tiny human that you were modeled after.
I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's fine, and I think we're just going to go to hell, and that's all that's going to happen today. I'm fine in processing things normally, as an automaton should.
I am Andrew. We are missing one potato tonight. But, as we mentioned pre-stream, who needs a healer? Not us. We'll be fine. You can find me here, always, all the time, doing all the things. I never leave. In fact, I've been here the whole time. I'm going to kick up some music so we can dive into this. See here, what do we got? Yes, that's a good one. It's too loud, I apologize. Actually, I think it's about perfect. There we go. Last time on Fatal Ascension, we fought death. We won. We recovered a shield, which he was desperately trying to keep out of your hands, a shield bearing the crest of Sprout's family. One that seems to make its wielder immune to negative conditions, which in no part definitely contributed, in no small part, contributed to the victory. We got to call upon our dragon boyfriend, who showed up beat within an inch of his life, but still came to help out and to cover the field in a breath of fire. We walked away, a few scratches, a few bumps and bruises, but otherwise fine. We did some digging into the ritual that lets you open the doorway back to hell so that you can follow death, go rescue a certain demon that has tried to kill you, and then get out in one piece, all without setting off the first domino to possibly end the world. No pressure. Am I missing any important details? Okay. Then turning that music down just a hair. I believe that at least two of us had a meeting with a little girl trapped in her room.
You say trapped. I don't. That seems so excessive. She's probably fine. It's probably normal and regular, right?
Well, our camera will pan down the stairwell as I believe Sprout and Ophi taking the long trek down, and Cadence.
Mm-hmm. Just casual road trip. Everything's fine. Do we run into any of the caretakers?
They have all since abandoned the fortress.
Just to double check, it'd stay upstairs, correct? Like Echo did not follow?
Entirely up to you.
No. I just wanted to make it clear.
Okay.
Echo did not follow. Echo is hanging around. He doesn't like going down too much.
Plus, there's a dragon up there.
I mean, different kinds of getting down. In this case, going downstairs, underground.
Mm-hmm.
Echo likes getting down in different ways.
I have it in my notes that you were giving Sprout's boyfriend flirting lessons. Is that correct?
No, I was asking for flirting lessons.
You were asking for. Okay, yes. All right, excellent. I see that now.
I feel like it's a sharing of tips and tricks.
So sharing of ideas.
It's a very round table discussion.
Yeah. Some give and take, some back and forth.
That's
That
also
ended up-
part of the lessons.
Anyways, the three of you can hear basically nothing but the clacking of your own footsteps as you descend. There are no staff left, so it's just you.
How much did Ophi fill us in on the way?
Not much.
Okay.
I believe we talked about Nelladry
Mm-hmm.
a bit. And so Ophi would have explained that she might know a bit more about the Nelladry situation. And I think his sort of, as we get down to like where the actual door into this sort of apartment situation is, there's a pause, and I think Ophi sort of turns back to the two of you. This is going to be disconcerting, I believe. So consider this your warning for that.
Disconcerting how?
She is familiar.
Oh, so
She was me before I was me. So it seems.
how are you taking this?
I don't understand. How should I be taking this?
It is entirely up to you, but this is a pretty big thing to find out.
I suppose I had to come from somewhere, yes? Inspiration takes many forms. Though I am surprised to find her here. I am unsure. I'll get back to you on that. Would you like to speak to her?
Do you want us to speak to her? I know you had time with her before, but me asking about my aunt and you asking about your origin are two very different things.
I have asked my questions. I'm sure there will be more, but this information is important as well. Yes?
Yeah. Then yeah, I would love to talk to her.
Ophi will just sort of turn on a heel and knock at the door.
No response.
It pauses and then knocks again.
No response.
Oh, I hate this. Against my better judgment, I will try the handle.
It's not locked. There is no lock on this door.
Okay. I guess I'll open it, but like cautiously, you know, like giving them like not like I'm coming in anyways, but is she in there?
What's your defense?
Oh, geez. You can't just ask a girl what her defense is. 8, so not super. It's okay, you can hit me.
I rolled boxcars or a
Oh.
piece of a chair that is swung from this tiny little girl who's standing on a bookshelf next to the door and just aims for your head. 1 point of damage. I mean, you're
You know, that tracks, though.
just a table
I was
leg
not
to the
expecting it.
temple that shatters.
No, I had one of those.
Just reflexes. Starshine has drawn a hand on Ophi's shoulder, like ready to pull Ophi back.
Yeah, I think one of the hands, one of the robotic hands starts sort of glowing, that sort of red hot, and then realizes who it is, and that starts to fade back away. But sort of gets, held up to like towards Cadence, like don't hit, please.
She does, after seeing, who she just broke this table leg on, stare and then drop it and start to run towards you, like hits the edge of the door and just stops, and then backs up. Wait, what's going? Is everyone all right? I heard, I heard a lot. I don't know what all I heard, but it didn't sound good.
Everyone is okay to our knowledge. Is there, sort of looking around the room, is it just you?
Yeah.
Sort of like turning back a little bit to like standing up straight to the other two. I am a little concerned that there was nobody guarding this place while everything was what it was.
Do you think they left her here?
I can't imagine why they would.
I mean, it doesn't look like she can get out. Can we get in?
We should. I mean, Ophi will walk in.
Yep.
Sort of like nods you guys in, I guess.
Yeah.
Nothing stopping you.
Are you all right? Did
Yeah.
anyone come down here?
No. I just heard a lot of noise and I heard nothing.
I think I will have words for your caretakers later. These are my companions. I believe Sprout sort of points, apparently. I believe Sprout may know someone that you know. We spoke about Eladri, yes?
The two of you are staring at a child version of Helia.
Sprout is very confused. Sprout expected an adult. This is not.
Oh, I did forget to mention she's a kid, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
No, I stand by that. I feel like Ophi would have just assumed it was a given.
How old are you?
I don't know.
Leaning over to Cadence and Ophi. That is the most concerning answer she could have given.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like Ophi said, you know Neladri?
Yes, I think that was her name.
I think she went with you to the city, right? She took you.
Yeah, I think I heard someone call her that. I never did.
What did you call her?
Well, she didn't like it, but I sometimes I called her Auntie.
When you were in the city with her and Kit, correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all discuss this and Kian is just forgetting. But Sprout would ask, when you were in the city with her, what did you do? What was the...
She said that I was sick and that she had friends there that would help, but they couldn't help.
Did Kit tell us that she can't leave? Kit, I'm sorry. Did Ophi tell us that she can't leave?
Who's Kit? Never met that.
Excuse me, God.
I think that was mentioned at least to Cadence because I couldn't bring her up here. We had to go down to her.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you know where Neladry is? Where she went?
Oh, it's been a lot of days since I've seen her.
What are you... Sprout is the youngest, so never had to be around other young kids, really. And just... What are you sick with?
I don't know. Just I feel fine. But I guess if I leave the protection of my room, then I won't feel so fine.
I think Sprout kind of turns to the other two. Just like, this kid is trapped here. What are we supposed to do?
We haven't seen any of the librarians anywhere.
No,
Since the fight.
I am increasingly concerned that they have left.
Why, it wouldn't be the first time.
Do they leave you alone often?
Well, sometimes they have to. They usually tell me first, though.
Are they
What do you-
often gone long?
I don't know.
Hate that.
What do you do for food?
Food? No, I don't know what that is.
This feels a little fucked up to ask who, but is this kid connected to the Esper network? Does this kid have that element of humanism? Whatever we want to call it.
Hate that
Yeah.
question.
Most people are to some degree.
And she is... There is a thread that is there.
You want to make the first roll of the game?
I guess so. What would you like me to roll?
Let's go insight plus willpower. Target number 10.
Ooh. That is an 11.
There's absolutely a thread connecting to the Esper network, as there should be with all living things to some degree. But this thread is wrong. It doesn't belong here.
I am going to connect to her and just mentally say, did Neladry ever do this? Talk to you like this?
Well, yeah. When we were trying to talk and she said that I had to be quiet so no one overheard what we were saying.
I'm gonna turn to the other two. Can we talk? Gesturing to the hallway. And once we're a little bit more out of earshot, because I think Sprout is probably catching on that they are not very skilled when it comes to talking to children. The thread that connects her to the Esper network is wrong, and wrong in a way I've never seen before. Like somebody.
Human?
I don't think she would be connected if she wasn't human, but it's like somebody took someone else's connection and tied it to her. And I don't know if this was Neladry doing something to keep her alive, if maybe her connection is somehow severed and this is a temporary fix. I mean, this place is connected to the family. Maybe things are a little bit more powerful here, and that's why she's safe.
Is that something you can fix?
It's nothing I've ever heard of, but I mean, in general, I didn't even know that people could be pulled into the Esper network the way that we've been doing. Physically going there is not something I've heard of until now, until all of this started. So I guess if you can pull someone from there, maybe you can rearrange things there too. I don't want to leave her here, but I don't know what's going to happen if we try to force her to leave.
We can't take her where we're going.
Yes, this is perhaps not a safe environment for children, but I imagine where we are about to go is worse.
I mean, at the very least, we know that he's not going to come back here. We know he'll probably wait for us.
Yeah, and we barely beat him this last time, having to protect a child or whatever she is, in addition to fighting. It's going to get us all killed.
So we just leave her here and try and fix things from that side?
I don't know that we have a choice.
I do not want to leave her. It is against my training to leave a child unattended, but she is not exactly a child, so perhaps it is all right.
The only other person who knows about getting up here was the farrier. We could ask them to stay up here with her. I don't know what good that's gonna do. It just feels wrong to leave her here with no one around, even if it's been done before.
I worry the more attention we draw to this situation, the more danger we would be putting her in.
The librarians fled. They're probably in the city below.
Do you think we could find them?
Possibly. We have to go back that way anyways. Well, unless we go straight into the Esper network from here.
You do have the portal set up and waiting for you here.
I can stay and keep an eye on it. Hold back anything that tries to come through.
Seems too big of a risk. If we're going after the person we just fought, we need to do it soon.
Ophelia has said that it is not the first time she has been left alone. I do not enjoy the thought of leaving her unattended, but it does seem something she is capable of handling. Or at least has been trusted to before.
And it doesn't sound like she needs food or anything.
Yes, that is abnormal for adolescence, yes.
It is.
Even outside of adolescence, it's not. If people are gone for days, she should need something to eat. I mean, Ophi, you were around kids before all of this started. If you think that she's going to be fine, I'll defer to you.
She is not a child. She is older than I am. She would have to be.
That is true. I'm going to step back over towards the room and glance into it. I mess with time magic all the time. Does this... do I see anything here? Is this like a bubble of time, or...
Would you give me an insight roll, rolling 3 dice, dropping the highest?
Insight at disadvantage. Great.
Target number 10.
That's a 9.
Fabula points?
Let you spend a Fabula point for just a +1.
Okay, I'll do that.
This is not only a bubble out of time, it's more like a prison out of time. Not only does she not belong in this place, she doesn't belong in this time, she shouldn't be here.
Yeah. This whole room is saturated with time magic. I don't even know how much power would be needed to do something like this. It's essentially a prison.
Makes me less inclined to leave her, but
I don't know what would happen.
It's not possible. Yeah.
I don't know what would happen if we removed her from this room.
I am informed that she has left before, but I would not be able to tell you if that was before or after this prison were erected as it is now.
I mean, a year ago, she left with Neladry. A year ago? Is that right?
Ish.
So she can, but I don't know how to keep her alive if that's what Neladry was doing. And I won't be there to do that if we just take her somewhere else.
And where we are going is, child or not, no place for someone who is not intending to be there.
I mean, we really only have the one choice.
So, are we leaving her behind?
I think Ophi would go back to the room and, as she's done before, sort of sit in front of her on her knees, get at her height, and sort of explain that we have to go take care of the scary noises that you heard, but we will be back.
Okay.
Will you be all right here?
I will.
And I think Ophi will reach inside of her chassis and pulls out essentially the rations that I've been keeping for whatever critters we come across, because Ophi doesn't eat because I'm a robot. And we'll sort of, pass those along. Do you recognize what this is?
I
think
think I've
maybe
seen
she
a
just doesn't have
picture
a
of
word for
those.
Just like processing. Maybe she doesn't actually eat.
From everything that we have gathered, she is basically in a stasis.
But she didn't know food from before the stasis? That's what's, I think, catching Cadence, is that she has apparently never had food even before put in this prison. That's where the alarm bells for Cadence is going off.
I think Ophi's concern is, what if there's just a language gap? And she does need food, she just doesn't call it that, and then we leave her here without it?
It's more like likely what happened to help you out, since you all would be able to piece this together. When she traveled, it was likely that she had some kind of mobile version of this stasis bubble, so she doesn't age, doesn't need things like food or water, she doesn't tire. She just kind of exists.
Thanks, I hate it. Ophi will still leave the food in here, just in case, because I physically don't think I could walk out of here without doing that. My brain, my programming won't let me.
You would definitely pick up like a chunk of just, dried preserved meat and just kind of like wiggle it like you would a pencil.
I believe most people consume this if you feel the need to. I'm not entirely sure what it would do if you are not meant to, but I have never known someone who didn't.
Just stares at it. Clearly no idea what she's looking at.
I think I will need to find some anatomy books at some point to explain the process of calories to energy.
You lost her at the beginning of the sentence, just staring at you.
We will return.
Okay.
If someone comes in that is not us. You were quite capable with the chair. I recommend that again.
Looks around at the table with 3 legs that's just kind of off kilter. Okay. And she'll just plop down with some paper, start pulling out some crayons.
Hearing Ophi say that, Sprout absolutely finds like a small knife and is like, you could just give her this. She's pretty capable with a club. I mean,
yes, but I feel like
give her a fighting chance.
Yes, but blades are dangerous when you do not know how to use them.
I'm gonna hold it up to her. Do you know how to use this?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna leave it inside the room for her.
I always carried one just in case I ever got separated from Auntie.
Oh.
Your auntie was smart then.
We're gonna try to figure out what's wrong with you. See if we can make it so you can get out of this place.
Okay. Goes back to coloring.
Is there any flavor of whatever this thread is that's connecting her? Is there like anything that I'm like, oh, this feels familiar in any way?
The exact opposite. It is completely foreign.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of try to commit that experience to memory. And And tempted. Very tempted. And we'll just try to hold on to what that feels like, so that when we're in the network, if I find anything similar.
We make our way back upstairs. All right.
Once we're away from the door, Cadence will glance back over her shoulder at Ophi. It concerns me why you look like somebody stuck in what is essentially a time prison.
I had not considered the implications of the time prison on myself. Do you think she's dangerous?
I don't know. Somebody spent a lot of power to keep her in that room. But it could just be to protect her. But then what is your role in all of this?
I do have my theories. Though I am not sure how relevant they are anymore. I can understand how upsetting it might be to be unable to travel with your child. It may have been that I was intended to fill certain gaps.
Perhaps.
Though it does concern me that I was not aware of her existence.
I think Caden stops and turns and hurries back down the stairs. I want to ask this child one more question.
Sure.
Stepping back into the room. Sorry, one more question. When you traveled, how did you do that?
I walked.
Out of this space?
I don't know what you mean.
You're kept in this room, and you know that you are because you didn't step out earlier. You were very careful not to. You know that this room keeps you alive. How did you travel outside of this room?
Would you make a insight roll?
The pieces just did not add up for Cadence. Insight. Yeah.
And
This is just a straight roll.
Yeah. And this is for good old lie detection.
Double sevens for 14 and a crit.
So you get an opportunity. I think those are pinned. They're pinned.
Yes. They're in a thread.
That's right, they're in a thread. Yeah, there they
I'm
are.
so glad I put those there. I guess what am I picking up here before I pick my opportunity as I consider my opportunity? I need to know if I need to stab this kid or not.
You are seeing the sudden kind of like 50-yard stare of someone who's desperately trying to think of something.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't want to tell you, the answer that immediately came to their mind.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to unmask.
Learn the goals or motivations of a creature of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Her goal is to not go home. Because home is scary. And she knows, or at least she's pretty sure, that if she steps out of this room, That's where she'll go.
Where are you from?
I don't know. Does not make eye contact this time.
I have spent my life questioning people and getting answers from them. I can tell when someone is avoiding answering a question or lying to me. Where are you from?
Really don't know. I just know that it is a very scary place. And Auntie and my dad rescued me from there, and they put me here so I would be safe.
How do you know that it's scary?
She'll set down the crowns, like swing her legs over so she can push herself off the bed and go walk up to the door, not passing through, but just stares at it. I can see it there sometimes.
What does it look like?
It's dark, a lot of fire. Very scary man.
When you left the room before, how did you do that without being sent there?
As long as Auntie always gave me a spell first, I could leave.
I think it's obvious on Cadence's face that the pieces are all starting to fall into place. Do you remember what that spell looked like? Words she said, things she used to cast it, what it felt like?
Pretty much.
Could you describe it? And Cadence will lean her head out. Sprout.
Sorry, I forgot where I was muted. Sprout comes ambling back in. What's up?
Describe the spell for Sprout.
She'd take a piece of paper and jot down some very rudimentary sigils. To the best of our knowledge, writing down the words, and pulls out a very just basic kind of like flattened iron amulet. Really very little extraordinary about it.
Are there any? Are there any materials that I'm aware of that make it harder for me to communicate through as an Esper that tend to block Esper powers?
I mean, lead does. Enough enchanted or magically infused materials can.
Am I able to decipher the spell?
It's not too difficult as long as she's actually remembered everything correctly.
Looks like something that kind of keeps her off his radar.
I think she is from where we are going.
Then she definitely can't get back.
Yeah. My friend who looks like you. Do you know anything about them?
Nope.
Neladry would cast this spell on this amulet and ask you to wear it.
Yep.
How long were you gone with her the last time when you traveled with her?
I don't know.
You really gotta get you a sense of time. Can I take this? And I'm gonna reach for the amulet and the spell that she has tried to scribble down.
Yeah. It doesn't work anymore. I tried.
Do you know why?
Probably because I'm not as strong as Auntie was.
Well, I don't know if I am either, but I'll see what I can do.
Okay. She'll just go climb back onto the bed and return to coloring.
If I reach in again very unobtrusively, is she visualizing anything?
At the moment, a horsey.
I'll turn to Cadence. At the very least, she doesn't seem to linger long on what that place was like for her, so.
She said she can still see it outside of the door sometimes. See him standing there, waiting.
Well, if we do what we need to, she won't have to worry about him.
I do wonder if he has more answers. I worry about what Ophi's role is in all of this.
Mm-hmm. I almost wonder if it was meant to be a decoy.
A decoy, or a more permanent version of this, and she motions towards the amulet.
I would prefer the decoy route. They're both their own separate people.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to transfer one to the other feels wrong.
You said she has a thread she shouldn't have. They've done it before. Or a version of it, at least.
Yeah. Hoop, remind me. I'm pretty sure that I've tried before to read Ophi if they're connected, and they are connected to the Esper network, correct?
Yeah, I mean, all living creatures are to some degree.
But it is not tied to little Ophi in the room. Okay, good.
Your Ophi does belong here.
Okay. Well, I'll see what I can figure out on this.
Yeah.
Maybe if I can work out. Yeah. Maybe if I can work out how this works, I can recreate whatever this is somewhere else, if we can get her there. Relocation might, I don't know, at least give her a change of scenery.
Yeah. I'll glance outside the door. Is Ophi there within earshot? Has Ophi been listening to this, or?
Ophi has been standing about halfway up the staircase, waiting patiently, where you left her. I'm very good at following directions.
That's so sad.
It's my job.
Well,
Following directions is a good thing, right? Should I not? Is that, wait, have I been doing this wrong?
Oh my god.
I think on the way back up to everyone else, I will explain to Ophi everything we found out, what Cadence's theories are that she hopes aren't true.
So are you concerned then that this thing that we are about to fight has some other intention with myself?
I
Or
don't.
that they may, if they think that I am her.
I don't know. Because he wants her back, and it could just be a balance thing because she's supposed to be there. Or it could be for something else. I worry more about the people that were around this other Ophelia. They obviously had something to do with creating you, and the question is why. I worry that you were intended to be a more permanent version of that amulet.
You believe I was built to help her?
I think you became something they didn't intend. And we're all the better for it.
Not all of us. Looking back down the staircase. Though I appreciate the sentiment.
She is outside of the time and space that she is supposed to be in. It is very likely she has outlived far beyond what she should have.
If she is intending not to go, where we are about to go, does it not concern you as a potential that she may have already exceeded that time once?
That is my concern. That's why I don't think that there's any guilt there for you not helping her. I think that intention from those who created you may have been misplaced in the first place.
I don't know that that is our morality to ascribe.
Perhaps not. But I know how you like to be helpful towards people. But for once, I would like you to be helpful towards yourself.
How should I do that?
I saw that look in your eyes, that you immediately wanted to help her if that was the case. Be cautious. Take some time. Hesitation is not always a bad thing. Consider what you want out of this life as well, because if she has exceeded her time to be here, there's no point in throwing yours away. You have those here who would miss you.
Understood. That is good advice, Miss Cadence.
We continue to walk. I think Cadence puts an arm around Ophi's shoulder.
Just bracers clinking on metal.
Okay. So, making your way back upstairs, I feel like we would overhear a very heated discussion. Not heated in a bad way. Heated as an energetic between Ignisarth and Echo. There's now like reference books that have been pulled out. Like there's like
Reference
notes.
books, ideas, shapes. There's plenty of notes
There's an idea board
written
up on the
around
wall.
there. There's a vision board up. And Ignisarith is like, I think you're doing too much in this area, but I understand why you want to do that. And then Echo is like, no, but you gotta see, you gotta understand, you have to do it this way, because if you do it this way, it just won't work out. You have to see the whole picture
Holds up a wing.
and not focus on the one. Yeah.
My anatomy is different. It doesn't. I'm trying to explain this to you. Oh, we've returned.
You just gotta look at the bigger picture instead of the one thing, right? You have to look at this
I'm a
and the
dragon
context of it.
that has seen the world that was before written history. I am the bigger picture.
What are we interrupting?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And then you see Echo just sort of like tear down like the board and is like, absolutely nothing. No. How was the trip down under there?
Informative. How was the time up here?
Very helpful. Helpful indeed, right?
It was
Iggy?
certainly interesting. Your companion seems to have finished the ritual to the best of their abilities. But there's a problem. Once it's
Of
open,
course there is.
unless we wish to seal you on the other side, part of that needs to stay open, which means that something could come through.
Can you stay here?
I can, much as I like to be there. Nola has also offered to stay. In an emergency, we could try to find you. I could rip open a portal and pull you through. That would be the worst case scenario.
Having a pair together, I think, is smart. Leaving just one person here is too dangerous.
Besides, there's someone else here that I think we'd all feel a little bit better if you were around. Help out in case anything comes through.
Admittedly, I could use a moment to catch my breath.
Yeah, I have questions about that. Later time, but I'd love to know who did this. I just want to talk.
I'm not the last dragon.
I've stared death in the face. I feel like I could take on a couple dragons if I needed to.
No, it's not about killing them. They've become angry, spiteful. Just need a chance to see that the world is still good.
By beating the shit out of you.
Like I said, they're angry.
They're not the only ones. Sprout kind of grumbles a little bit. I am going to find another piece of paper. Sprout's a heathen, probably rips a page out of a book. Writes a copy of the spell and kind of explains it to Ignisarith. If you can figure out a way to make this work while we're in there, it would be a huge help.
I recognize some of this, but it looks like a child wrote it.
Well, she doesn't exactly know how old she is, so it's possible but not likely. Try somebody, what did you say earlier? Older than time or whatever? She's closer to your range than the rest of us, so.
All right. You need to stay safe.
I've only ever been safe. never done anything reckless once in my life. We leave that to Ophi. It's very good at it.
Right. That was humor.
Apparently being around so long doesn't exactly teach you everything.
I've been asleep for a very long time.
Well, you're in a library, so guess you can catch up a little bit. And Sprout does, I have referenced this in so many games now, but does some kind of general bro-y gesture that trans people do when they're trying to be bros, in an attempt to kind of just like defer any feelings, any awkwardness. It's just like, yeah, man, that's great. And it's gonna start walking away.
Shoulder punch.
Yep, exactly.
Echo is right behind you and does the same thing. He's like, thanks for the help, bud. And so are we going in this thing or not?
Because rule of threes in comedy, Ophi does the same thing. I believe this is customary.
Cadence just watching the line.
No, I
all of my dumbasses.
Dumbasses that I'm following into hell.
Yep.
Okay. With that, Enola prepares the spell. Any final preparations that need to be made?
Panic.
Cadence steps up next to Echo and grabs their hand.
Echo squeezes the hand back and gives a very pointed look at Ignisareth.
How do you get points for that when Cadence did it?
Spell.
Echo is Echo.
The ritual is completed. The doorway opens. And it is the strangest feeling of a breeze that is so cold that it makes your skin crawl and it makes your body want to shiver, but so hot that it immediately makes you feel like you're going to start melting. And we step through. Would each of you just roll just a d20?
What's that for? Who?
No reason.
I know this game doesn't use d20s.
Oh.
Yeah, I do, but not for this. I'm terrified if it has anything to do with the reason that.
Yeah, Kit, do we know how unstable you are? Did you
Oh,
roll that?
shoot, I should have rolled for
Forgot.
that. Well, I'm glad I got all the whammies out first. That's a nat 1, baby.
I rolled a 15.
Rolled a 10.
Nat 20. We rolled
Just
the
running the
entire
fucking gambit, you know?
Let's see what that will be.
That's
Let's
so good.
play. Oh, and that's another 1 for my instability. Cool. Ophi's fine, actually. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
Everything's fine and normal.
I didn't plan on you rolling a natural 1.
Everything's fine. Nothing bad ever happens to Ophi.
Ignore
Did
the
my
comment
natural
music.
20 even it out?
Well,
I was
for
like, yeah,
you,
do these affect us individually? Is this a group check? Or...
Cadence, you step through, and it's kind of like you just stepped onto a floor that's a good half an inch lower than you expected it to be. Just for a brief moment, stumbling to catch yourself. Alright, things get so loud. Hold on. Still so loud. Why so loud? But when you right yourself, you can hear the unmistakable sound of combat, of creatures screeching as they go to attack, the cries, the very human cries of pain and calling out tactics and asking for help. I need healing. Do not see your companions.
I was holding onto Echo's hand. I don't have Echo with me.
No.
Oh, poor Echo.
Cadence kind of spins around and realizes she is here alone. Fuck. What do I see? I hear battle. Do I see battle? Am I in? Is it an open
It's
field? What?
a moment of your eyes needing to adjust, like you are in darkness. This music is a little too intense. Hold on.
I feel like it goes without saying that I draw Starshine.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
I'd be worried if you didn't, honestly.
Literally just a few moments of your eyes needing to adjust. Starshine coming out, chasing away that darkness. You are staring at a very broken landscape. Everything here seems twisted and corrupted in its own way. The air is so thick that it's almost to the point of suffocating, even just trying to take in a deep breath. The ground under you is just broken in what looks like agony. There are cracks and fissures everywhere. The occasional ghostly apparition just drifts through the air, paying you absolutely no mind.
I will. I'm going to throw up my hood on the Cloak of Shadows, which makes me practically invisible to magical and normal detection, according to the description. And I'm looking for a landmark of something tall, something that I think my companions will be able to see from wherever they are. Is there anything like that?
There are plenty of just kind of jagged bits of like obsidian, almost teeth. They look enormous, as if there were just, these shards that were shoved up through the ground and jut out in random angles and random places. Those are plenty high enough.
I'll head for one of those. And I'm going to try the, we have, what do we have? Are they earpieces? I forget what we have to communicate with each other.
Rocky
We
Talkie?
haven't used them in a while.
Walkie-talkies, kind of. They're mechanical, right?
I think it's an amulet. I think.
Yeah, I think it was some sort of
Might be an amulet.
mechanical amulet thing.
I don't remember who had the other. We had two more, right? And then Ophi was fixing one, but I don't know that they ever fixed it.
Communication amulets, 2 are working, 2 are not. I think Ophi did fix the third.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
So
I
we
fixed
have-
one of them, but I didn't fix all of them.
So we have 3.
Did I,
I know.
give one to Ignisarith?
Ignisarith does have
He had one at
Oh,
one point.
Did. Okay.
Can I have stolen it back?
Absolutely, you could.
Thank
As long
you.
as you don't have
feel
any
like we need
intention
that.
Oh,
of
because I think
communicating with the people back on that side.
Look, Oh.
Ignisarith had one, Zariel had one. I had the 2 broken ones, and one of them is working. I think is
So-
how that's
Okay.
You
You
have a working one, at
communicate with
least.
them.
I think if Hoop will allow that I have fixed one
You've
over the
fixed it.
course of this campaign.
You have fixed it, yes.
Okay. Then yes, I have a working one on my person, in my person. Don't worry about it.
And Sprout has one. Awesome. I will attempt to use it. I'm hoping after all of that discussion that it actually works.
We'll see.
Yeah. The two of you would hear Cadence's voice.
Seems we got separated. Everyone okay?
oh, are we together?
Who knows?
Now the camera pans to the others
And
as I'm walking
Sprout
towards the teeth.
and Echo, who are together.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
And then
That's about Ophi being gone, not about Sprout being with Echo, to be clear.
to Ophi.
It's okay. Echo has that
Fine,
kind
I'm
of
fine.
reaction to people.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm here with Echo. I don't see Ophi. Are you okay? Do you?
What do you see, my love?
There's
I
a
imagine-
long pause.
I imagine Sprout was like in the process of putting on the amulet when you spoke up, and Echo just like snatches it, puts it on himself.
A battle, I think, or I can hear a battle. I see teeth, giant teeth. If you can find those, head towards those. Ovi, can you hear us?
All clear. Go for Ophi.
Well, at least we're all okay. Teeth. I see giant teeth. Do you all see those?
We all see those.
Sprout and Echo, yes. Ophi, no.
Are they attached to something?
No, out of the ground.
Mm.
I assume they're attached to something under the ground, probably.
Echo at this point is like slapping Sprout's shoulder. It's like, look, the teeth, the teeth.
Okay. Tell Cadence that we're headed to the teeth.
We're headed to the teeth.
Ophi, what do you see?
God, what do I see?
Same very barren landscape, as well as a river of some kind of white hot molten liquid.
I do not see teeth. I don't see much of anything. A river, although I doubt that is swimmable. Metal,
Okay.
perhaps? Or stone? Unclear.
Stay put. Once I find Echo and Sprout, we're going to come and find you.
Understood?
Take cover, maybe. We'll let you know when we're coming.
That sound of combat gets more intense. There's this explosion, some kind of spell gone awry, which Sprout and Echo, you can clearly see in the distance. You can hear that explosion go off. And I think I need to throw us in some initiative.
Oh no.
I was staying
What?
invisible. I was avoiding the
No.
combat.
No, I need to count rounds in combat because whoever's fighting doesn't have all the time in the world.
Who's
I
fighting?
mean, yeah, I hear them as I approach the teeth. Do I see the combat?
Are you headed straight towards the sound?
I am heading towards the teeth because that is where I told my companions I would be.
If you are even attempting to get a glimpse of who is fighting, I can guarantee that you are about to charge into that combat.
I need my friends first. We are separated in hell. We need
So you are not focused on the combat.
focused enough that I'm not going to get shot by an errant arrow or something. But yeah, I am trying to find my companions.
So no clue who it is, but you just have an idea
not a
at
mistake.
least of the boundaries of the fight and where you need to go as to not get pulled in. Then no initiative rolled yet. I'm just basically going to count off rounds of combat. Sprout and Echo, the two of you just marching towards those obsidian teeth.
Yep. Do we see or hear any of those things as well?
Yes, it is much more distant for you, but yeah, you can definitely hear it.
I will amulet shout into the thing and ask Candace, are you hurt? Is that coming from you? Should we head over that way?
No, head for the teeth. I don't know who's fighting, but I'm avoiding it. Ovi, can you? Is there
I'm
actually?
Hated. Keep saying Candace. That's not your name, my love. Hated.
GM, is there anything in the sky that looks dangerous?
Yeah, looking up, you would see quite a few different type of creatures that look like they could be dangerous.
Okay, I was gonna tell Ophi to fly up and find the teeth, but no,
I
not
was
if
gonna
there's
fly and
creatures in
find
the
the
sky.
teeth.
There are
To be fair.
larger draconic-like figures, but very
take
much twisted. There are these smaller bat-like creatures.
I could definitely take them.
The bat-like creatures seem to swarm in clouds of hundreds, if not more. Each one about the size of a human torso.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm not gonna mention that to Ophi. Yeah. Just I'm avoiding the fight. Just find me and then we can see who's fighting. But unless it's important, I don't think it's worth our attention.
Marking off one section. Fuck.
How many sections are there, Hoop?
That's a great question.
Do I see my friends yet?
Yeah. As we jump into the second section, you would see them sprinting across the barren landscape. You would not see Ophi.
Do I see a place to hide? I was told to take cover.
Yeah, plenty of places like that.
I would like to hide, please.
So I see my friend sprinting. I can hear the battle. Can I climb one of these teeth?
Easily. They're jagged, there's
Awesome.
footholes, there's handholds. Yeah, no problem.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to climb one of the teeth, and I'm going to look first for the river, and I'm also going to glance towards the combat and see if I can make anything out.
And marking off a second segment of the clock. You can see the river in the distance. It is a very broken landscape. But it definitely stands out amidst everything that is just this haze of darkness. And staring down now at the combat, the first thing that stands out at first looks like it might be Echo, but the body shape is wrong. Then you see a figure that you recognize. You would recognize in any crowd, in any time, anywhere. Your sister. But again, she looks different, wrong.
What do you mean by wrong? Do I think that I'm looking at things pretending to be them, or
Sorry, more like
something else?
Like that look of, not authority, that's the wrong word, but just that commanding presence that you always know Ree to have is gone. There's a desperate, broken look replacing it. She has scars where you don't remember them ever being. She is wearing armor. She is hefting this enormous two-handed sword. If not for knowing exactly what her face looks like, you might not even recognize her. But she does hold up her weapon, and in a flash of starlight, it breaks into pieces and then reforms into a bow, which she immediately pulls out and just starts shooting things out of the air.
You said somebody who looks like Echo, or it is Echo, but
Echo.
wrong?
But larger, more firmly built, more masculine.
Cadence kind of turns on the tooth and looks back towards her friend sprinting towards her. How far away is the river?
Half a mile. Maybe a little more.
I'm gonna climb back. Is there anybody else in the battle? Or just those two?
There is an older man, shorter, maybe maybe 4-ish feet tall, kind of portly. Does seem to have mechanical limbs. There is an older woman dressed in a set of armor with a sigil that you immediately recognize because that same sigil is on your shield.
Yeah, it's the extra echo that I think is throwing Cadence.
It's not exactly like Echo. Maybe a parent?
Okay. I'm going to climb back down to meet my friends.
Two of you come sprinting up to see Cadence sliding down this pillar.
I leap forward and hug Cadence.
Hey, glad to see you're okay. I took a look at the combat and it's weird.
Weird how?
One of the people there looks like my sister, but she's fighting strange and is covered in scars, and we know where my sister is. One of them looks like they could be related to you. Might want to take a look, but carefully.
Sure, that's a little impossible. But we'll go check and see. We are in hell, I think. But let's go check.
Are you trying to remain stealthy?
Sure. But also, I'm going to tell Cadence. I'm going to tell Cadence, my love. Basically like telling her that, you know, if any of my family deserved to be anywhere, it would be hell. But I don't think they're here. So I will be stealthily walking up.
Dexterity insight roll, please. Target number 8.
Dexterity, where is my D10? And insight, which is a D8. Ooh. All the good ones. There we go. That is a 7, and hey, that's also a 7. That's 2 7s.
That's an opportunity.
14. Oh, cool. I know where it is. You don't have to tell me where it is.
Yeah.
But also, you can.
I don't have to mention that it's in the threads. You click it and...
absolutely.
Yeah, I would not have to mention that.
Where it is.
And of course, no mention that's in the rulebook thread.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know it goes without saying, you know.
Clearly.
It's just for the people who aren't here, just so that they're ready, you know. Let's see. Can I decide that later, or do I have to decide it now?
I kind of need to know now.
Okay, wait. All right, then. Let me see.
I mean, you could choose progress, and you could erase 2 sections of the clock.
All right, let's just do that then. I will choose progress and erase 2 sections of the clock.
Clock is back to full. As you just start inching your way forward, and you do recognize your father, but again, different. Scars that you don't recognize, a weapon that you don't recognize.
Does he look kinder?
In a way, he looks more protective.
Yeah, that's not my dad. Vince, that's not my dad. No.
Now, Death mentioned other times he faced us, where we had armies or other people with us. This could be that. It could be a trick. It could be a trap. Do we intervene? That's the question. Or do we walk away?
I mean, if it was my dad, I'd probably walk away. This seems like a nicer version of my father, and I am inclined to help any version of my father that's not mine.
If that really is a version of my sister, I need to help.
Sprout, you do hear a voice shout out, very pained. Ree, please, you gotta keep him out. You gotta keep him off of us. We can't keep this up much longer. Neladry.
I move up toward the others. I don't know if I'm being stealthy.
I'd give you
I think I'm still being stealthy.
dexterity insights. Target number 8.
That's a 7.
We can officially roll initiative as a handful of these creatures just get blasted away from some, magical shield, turn, let out this screech, and just come zipping towards you. Towards you specifically. They don't seem to have noticed the other two.
Yes, I'm invisible. What is initiative? I forget.
Dexterity plus insight. Plus or minus your initiative bonus.
There it is.
15.
15.
Rolled a 9.
16.
16.
And I will go to high speed. I'm going to high speed.
Of course.
Do I need initiative yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a 6. So, not yet, but I'll get there eventually.
Okay. The tippy top of initiative, because you have a special ability that lets you do so. Cadence, what you want to do?
What kind of creature is what are we fighting? What are we seeing? What's
These
coming
are
towards
those
us? Is it one? Is
bat-like
it a bunch?
creatures. Just one giant eye in the center of their torso, claws with just razor-sharp talons on the end, multiple sets of wings.
And there's a whole bunch of them.
At the moment, there's a pair of them, but you imagine that the sound of combat is going to draw more.
Okay. Are they within striking range, or are they up in the air too far?
They are technically flying. You would need a ranged weapon to hit them. Or you yourself would need to be flying.
Okay.
The creatures not flying. Those odd, draconic-like creatures.
Oh yeah, if there are creatures not, and those are engaged, 2 of those are engaged with.
The others, the people that look like people you know but aren't.
Yeah, I'm gonna rush for those then.
Okay.
Assist there. Specifically for the one that my sister is kind of, engaged with. I know engaged is not a thing in this system, but the one that she is currently
Right.
fighting, it's the one I'm heading for.
Absolutely. Making an attack?
Yes.
Go for it. Defense of 9.
Okay, 14 hits then.
Absolutely it does.
Actually 15, because I have to remember Starshine has a +1. I have remembered that maybe 4 times in this entire campaign. Yeah, so it's just a straight attack. So it's going to be 20 points of light damage.
20. No vulnerability, but no resistance. 20 points.
Awesome. Well, I ignore that anyways. Yeah,
Even
so
if they had it, you
Cadence rushes forward and kind of does like a flip, dragging Starshine across its back, getting not next to her fake sister, but kind of diagonal from her so that they can see each other.
The moment you cut into this thing, which it is in crisis, you land and her version of Starshine, that bow just shatters into pieces, and she reels back as it reforms around her hand like a bladed gauntlet and goes to swing at you but stops. Stares. What are you?
I don't think you're the Ree that I know, but you seem to be a version.
Shut up, you're not getting
know.
in my head. And we'll turn and just keep fighting.
Okay.
So that was pre-combat. Now actually top of initiative. It's still you.
Oh, okay. You said this thing is in crisis?
Yep.
Hmm.
Its odd draconic shape seems to be bleeding almost disproportionately this kind of greenish blackish blood.
And I did 20 points and that put it in crisis?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, but it was already damaged, right?
It was already damaged, yeah.
Okay. I will... yeah, I'm going to spend some mind points to breach. As I kind of land, have that interaction. I think Cadence kind of slides to the side and uses his shield to knock this creature's head down while stabbing upwards. In underneath its chin, that is an 11.
Yeah, beats its defensive dying.
So the new version of breach, I'm choosing the option to deal extra damage this time. So it'll be 15 extra damage on top of 19, which is 34 points of light damage.
34 total.
34 total, yes.
The total you've done 54
Does it have any
points.
status effects on it?
For the sake of rule of cool, sure.
How many?
I mean, it is your sister, so 2.
2. Awesome. So that does an extra 6 points of light damage on top of that because of cheap shot.
It is
So 40 points of light damage.
cut down and just splatters across the ground.
Not trying to get in your head. I just got here. Don't know what's going on.
She is going to step forward, bladed gauntlet still at the ready. What is this? Who are you? Why do you have her face?
Kind of hold up Starshine, not threateningly, but so that she can see the blade. I'm your sister. I don't know. When we fought Death, he mentioned other times, other versions of when he had fought us. I think this might be it. I don't know what your story is.
She's gonna stare into your eyes for just a moment before shoving you backwards in that bladed gauntlet, turning into a lance and just jabbing it forward past you at one of those other demons.
Cadence, I think, kind of tenses for a moment and then sees it go past her. Okay. The version of Ree I know is somewhere else.
Doesn't say anything.
We really need to talk after we finish this fight. Cadence will spin back and continue to fight.
Echo. Cadence has charged into this combat. 2 of these creatures are darting towards Sprout.
I'm gonna go closer to the one that looks like my father. And if there's anybody attacking him, I kind of like want to attack that.
Absolutely, go for it.
All right. Before I do that, I'm gonna go. Pops, do you have a son that looks like me? And then I sort of like, as I ask that question, I try to stab, the one closest to
Stab
him,
away.
and that is a Dex and Might.
You're good for a 9 to
My
hit.
Dex is 10. My Might is a D6. Okay. You said 9 to hit?
Mhm.
Ooh. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to hit.
Absolutely.
14. And then damage is high roll plus 6. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 to damage.
What type?
It's a physical.
Physical? Gotcha.
Okay,
No
no,
resistance?
nothing.
No resistance, no vulnerability, just flat damage.
Mhm.
Yeah, you dive in, just stab at this thing, kind of pushing it off of his back. And he also comes swinging around, this massive bladed trident in hand. Looks at you. And just kind of stares. Doesn't say anything, doesn't move, just stares.
So you have something in common with my dad. That's cool. That's fine. We don't talk either. Do you need help? Right, no talking. And then goes and tries to attack another one later. Like this will be another move.
I need you to make some kind of roll of defense because he's going to step forward and try to hug you.
Oh, he's gonna try to hug me?
Yeah.
Would my defense die be the insight, I guess? D8?
Yeah, you know what? Sure. He'll make an attack roll to try to hug you.
To try to hug. Sweet. Let's see, where's my D8?
What is your defense?
That is 6.
Your defense is 6?
So my defense is 10. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, gotcha.
My magic defense is 8.
No, that's a 7. He kind of steps forward, like arms out, getting ready to hug you as you just step forward, go to attack something else.
Yo. You're
watched you
definitely
die.
not my father.
I watched.
No, you watched me kill someone.
You and your mother. They took both of you from me.
Was mom nice in this time too?
I don't understand. How are you here?
Clearly I am not the son that you knew, because my parents are assholes. So.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not mine.
No. Because you're much nicer. Yeah.
With that, he'll
The
turn.
fact that you didn't try to kill me right now, already like
We will just
much higher levels of the kind of love. Oh.
Just launch the trident up into the air to one of those bat-like creatures, which just gets skewered and goes spiraling off before ripping itself free and coming back to him.
Yeah. Are we in hell? Are you in hell? Is this hell?
I think so. And then turns and continues to fight.
Cool.
Is that your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. That brings us to the two creatures that swarmed towards Sprout. Sprout, one of them is going to try to target you with a Doom Gaze. Which is might plus willpower, d10 plus d8. Against your magic defense.
It's gonna hit.
9 versus your magic defense.
Magic defense is a 6.
Oh, yeah, definitely does hit.
It's, yeah.
And it is high die plus 4, so it is 12 total points of damage, of dark damage.
Okay. Oh.
And you either suffer dazed or weak, your choice.
Dazed or weak. Okay. I'm gonna take dazed if you need to know.
Alright.
You said 12 points of damage?
Yep. The other one is going to try to glare you to death. Just Dex plus willpower, which is not as good. D10 plus a D6. 7 against your magic defense.
Yeah.
So you take 9 points of dark damage. And on your next turn, you have 0 actions.
Ooh. Mechanically, or
Yes, you
like, can I still communicate?
you can communicate, yes, just
Okay.
you have no
Okay.
physical action.
Okay.
Well, that's them done. Your initiative. Those draconic-like creatures are actually after you, so Sprout, you're up.
I am just going to this makes my tummy hurt. I'm going to reach out to Neladry. I'm afraid to use my powers here. Buddy Boy's gonna show up. I'm gonna reach out to Neladry and say, I have questions for you. And I would like to, like, kind of across the battlefield, just say, we're on your side. If I have to pick, Neladry is the one I'm going with.
A very, very brief pause. She, deflects a blow off of the shield, reels back with the longsword. Here's the message. The very subtle nod, and then continues fighting.
Am I allowed to move or no?
Got nothing. You're basically stunned for the round.
Okay. That's my turn.
Bring us to the draconic creatures. Or the one that is not currently engaged. And it's going to put its attacks into cadence. Has 2 very good abilities. It's just gonna go for the high damage one. We're just gonna try to bite you. Dex plus might, a d10 plus a d8, which is a 6 against your defense.
It misses, and that triggers counterattack.
Of course it does.
That's a 15. Yeah, so it tries to bite, and Caden smashes its mouth with the shield and stabs down into it. That'll be 10 points of light damage that
10
ignores
points.
resistance.
Yeah.
Get his ass.
That will not quite put it in crisis. It does get a follow-up with its claws, which do much less damage, unfortunately. 5 to hit your defense.
That misses and does not trigger a counterattack.
Tries to bite, tries to claw you, just nothing. Can't get purchase. Oh, there actually should have been another bat thing against Echo. Not bad. I'm sure you were far enough that I forgot to attack you. But let's just do a quick Doom Gaze against Echo.
Absolutely the worst thing ever.
We'll just do a quick Doom Gaze, just for fun. D8. There's my D8. 3 against your magic defense.
3 against my magic
Oh,
defense.
sorry. A 4.
Well, my magic defense is an 8, so I don't think it gets me.
Nope, sure doesn't. That's them done.
Am I correct in seeing that? I feel like I am. Yeah, that is 8.
Sprout. You are hiding. Anything you'd like to do?
I don't even know that I'm
Sorry,
I'm
Opie.
hidden.
Met Opie.
Okay, I was like,
Oh. Hi, I'm here. I'm not here, but I'm elsewhere.
I meant to say that I messaged Ophi, but I don't know if that's an action to use the amulet.
No, you can just communicate.
Yeah, I would have given some indication that we are heading into combat.
Interesting. Okay. I think that probably comes through as Ophi's doing what they're about to do, which is I found a nice little rock or whatever to hide behind, bide my time, and I'm going to close my robotic eye, and I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on or where I am or where these fools are with my oracle eye.
Okay.
Because I don't have a lot of information right now, and I would like literally any information.
I would give you an option. You can either get a glimpse into your current situation or their current situation.
In that case, I do think that Caden's messaging changes the trajectory, because I think Ophi was going to look into, their own sort of situation, but hearing that those fools are going into combat, I would like to know what's going on over there, what's about to go on over there, the vibes are. I think specifically looking into, focusing on what Cadence is doing, because I feel like I'm going to get more accurate information if I focus my attentions.
Yeah. You'd see, kind of from a perspective almost as if you were reading about it in a story, of seeing characters from two different books that have been mashed together, that are fighting side by side. Neither of them belonging, neither of them real, neither of them fake, but just characters from two different alternate times that both found themselves here, both fighting for their lives.
Interesting. Any sort of insight as to, I don't know how else to say it, but who's winning?
Not them.
Or who's supposed to win, I guess, because this is future vision. I think.
It's
interesting. Okay,
it's hard to tell who's supposed to win because you're not supposed to be here at the same time. You're both supposed to be here, just at different times.
Okay, so we're sort of rewriting the script a little bit at the moment.
A little bit.
By doing what we're doing. Okay, all right, that's good to know. Can I hear the fighting?
Not from this distance, no.
From where I'm at? But there are still are there things flying above me?
Oh yeah.
I'm about to make some bad decisions, y'all.
Yes, please don't die.
No promises. Ophi's going to. Oh man, I have to. We're in initiative, so I have to actually pay for this. I'm gonna get my wings out, and I am going to try to be quick and maybe not quite as high as these critters that are flying above me, because I don't know if they want to kick my butt or not.
What does that cost
I don't
you?
think I want to ask. It costs me a lot more than I would care to give at the moment, but it's important. Let me see exactly how much This costs 1/3 of my current hit points. But I can have 2 of my things, or I could. No, I'll save that for later. So I have that, and then I think the wings, as they are wont to do now lately, are sort of that red hot metal.
Yeah.
So I am both flying and on fire. Maybe I fit in now. I don't know.
With you, the wings out, burning, take up off into the air, and you're heading towards the fight.
I'm trying to find teeth, and I'm trying to find sounds of combat, and I'm going towards that. Because that's as much as I know. Sort of messaging back Cadence, like, I am on my way. Stay alive.
You are going to get swarmed by those creatures.
Cool. I'm gonna be so fast. I'm gonna be so speedy. You have no idea. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
For the rest of you, kind of joining this combat, starting to turn the tide, you'd hear Ree call out, "Hey, where did our support go?" And Ophi, as you are being pelted by these things that are latching on and just starting to drag you down towards the ground, there's something that slams into them and just starts ripping them off. A lightly armored, winged figure, crimson feathers, a look in their eye like they are fighting for life and death as they desperately try to rip these things off of you.
I'm gonna kick their ass.
As
I'm assuming this is exactly who we expected.
as Zariel just starts clawing into these things, the moment that you are free enough, their arms just wrap around you. But I don't. How?
We told you to stay put.
What? You're dead.
Oh, you are the other one. We should go
What?
help our friends. I will explain when we are not being assailed.
All right. Two of you turn,
It is good to see you.
take off towards the combat. And I think that's a great place for us to take a quick break, give everyone a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, do what you gotta do. Time shenanigans. Shenaniganery at its finest.
So angry.
We'll be back in just a few minutes and see what happens. See you soon. And welcome back. Where we left off, we were smack dab in the middle of combat with alternate versions of loved ones. And it does not look like they were winning, but you all may turn the tide. Pick our music back up. Bring us back to the top of initiative order, which is Cadence.
That is indeed me. How many of the dragon-like creatures, the draconic creatures, are left?
Maybe a dozen.
Okay, I thought there were like 2. Gotcha.
There's,
A
there's,
dozen of them.
there's only maybe 100 or so of the bat-like creatures.
Okay, so we're in this for a while. So I'm currently engaged with one, with my not
helps-
my sister from another timeline.
If it helps you, the player, you basically have 2 rounds of combat to survive. That's it. It's not about killing them all,
Oh.
it's about surviving the next 2 rounds. the more damage you deal, the more
Gotcha.
you kill, the less that have a chance to attack back at you. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The one that I'm currently fighting, is it like, how's it looking?
a lot of them were pretty close to Crisis, even when you joined the fight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do, I think, just a normal attack. I can't keep burning through my MP when we have a boss. We're gonna fight death again. So I will do a normal attack. Okay. Yeah, kind of as one slashes out at Ree and she strikes back at it, I kind of step almost like we've practiced together. I assume this Ree probably had the same upbringing. I don't know. But I think we start to see the two of them like flowing together, like they are very used to fighting together. And kind of spinning around the back of Ree, stabbing down into this creature that's in the 17. That'll be 20 points of light damage.
That's not an opportunity, correct?
That is not an opportunity now.
Well, this version of Ree is going to turn that into a crit, to turn it into an opportunity.
What?
Once per round.
This version of Ree is cool.
This is the combat version
know.
of Ree. Once per round, if a friendly character makes an attack roll, it is a success, but not a crit. She can turn it into a crit.
I want that ability. What ability is that?
That's a good one.
This is the ability from, watching your sister get brutally murdered.
Gotcha. It's the trauma. Yeah. You unlock it with trauma.
The trauma ability.
Trauma XP.
Okay. Does this one have any statuses on it?
Does not.
Hmm.
You could change that.
I could, but instead of changing that, I want Bree to see something and Kane's to realize that it is actually her. I'm choosing favor.
Okay. You go to make your strike, and as if the two of you had practiced this 100 times, you are both perfectly in step. Her blade comes up, just knocking that creature off balance, and you just come immediately diving in right behind, driving the blade in. And while there are no words being said, you can feel just the two of you are just kind of slipping into that very comfortable synchronicity. And your actions earn someone's support or admiration.
Yeah, I'm hoping she realizes it is me. It's not a trick. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. That would bring us to her turn. I mean, they all have cool things they can do, but she's basically just going to, like, as this thing is reeling back from you, that, lance that she has been wielding kind of falls away, and when it hits the ground, the shards immediately form this, two-handed great axe that just comes cleaving upwards into this thing. Which is might plus might.
I need to get her to teach me how to do that without an action. It takes a full action for me to transform it.
That is a 14. That is double sevens.
Nice.
She's just going to give advantage. She's going to give you advantage on your next check. You have a +4 to it. That is her done. Bring this to Echo. Fighting alongside a version of your father.
I am going to continue to hit any nearby bats that I can hit with my rapier.
Sure. Of the 100 or so in the air, I'm sure there's some low enough that you could start stabbing away at them.
Absolutely. And that is 12.
12. I'm scrolling to find their defense, but I know for a fact it's not 12. No, it is defense
higher
10.
or low?
So yeah, definitely.
Aha! I will hit him with mine, and the damage is 16 physical.
16 physical. It is in crisis.
Awesome.
One of them tries to swoop down, and you just jab up with the rapier at it. Similarly, your father, with the trident, just continues just waiting for the proper moment, and then just hurling it up in the air, catching 2-3 of these things as it just skewers through them.
Is this trident something that I'm familiar with?
Oh yeah. You have seen this weapon hanging up in the throne room, never used in combat. But
okay. I'm gonna look at my dad while he does that, and I'm like, it's above the throne room. I have my own version. I probably can use it now as the king. These are the things that is going through his mind while watching his not dad fight. Probably can use that one now.
You can tell that he's looking at you, and there's probably also a monologue going on in there.
That's my moves.
That actually brings us to these creatures. Sprout, you're going to have the same 2 attacking you. Hopefully they don't stun you again.
I have done nothing wrong my entire life, Hooper.
This is Dex plus Might, so D8 plus D10. Is a 6 or 9? Oh, it's a 9.
It'll hit.
Yeah, that's a 13.
Yeah.
Against your defense.
Yeah. Magic defense or magic or regular?
Magic. Or sorry,
yeah.
Regular.
My magic is
sorry, regular defense.
Oh, regular defense. No. Oh wait, yeah, it does hit. Damn it, Hooper. My regular defense is a 12.
So that is 19 points of physical damage.
Okay. 9 and 10. I'm in crisis if you need to know.
Oh, good to know.
I figured you could bully me with that.
The other one is going to try to attack your inventory points in an ability that I think is unique to this monster. I don't think it exists anywhere else in this book. But it has an acidic claw. It is going to try to basically attack your things.
That's rude as hell.
A 10 versus your defense.
No, that does not hit.
Tries to start clawing at your pack, but you pull it away. No problem. Against Ophi in the air, is going to try to gaze at you with doom.
Can it hit me with it if I'm in the air?
They're flying. You have like 6 of them still just clinging onto you.
Right. Just checking, might as well.
7 versus your magic defense.
Magic defense? No.
Not even close.
That will not hit. No, it's a 12, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Why not?
Might as well, you know?
Oh, I'm sorry. They have a +4 to this. That should have been an 11 versus
Hey
your
now,
magic
hey,
defense.
hey now. Hey, it's fine. We don't need to do all that.
If it helps, I forgot that against every single attack it did against your friends. So an 11 against your magic defense for the first one.
Still no.
Well,
Still a 12.
The second one is a 7 against your magic defense.
No.
Both of them do
Still
nothing.
a 12. Just swooping around. Probably
sure it
pulling
has-
Zariel out of the way of shit.
Sure, it has nothing to do with the fact that you and Zariel are just staring at each other.
They're just swinging and missing and we're not even paying attention.
They're trying to catch your gaze so they can glare at you menacingly, but you won't look at them.
Oops.
That brings
Be
us
more interesting. Sorry.
to Sprout before the dragon's gonna go.
I am going to pull out the heavy bow. Inferno's Embrace. Dex and Might.
Defense 10.
Where's my D10? There it is. This is gonna be 14.
Hits by a lot.
Oh my god, I'm so bad at math. So that's gonna be, wait. Oh shit. 22 points of fire damage.
It is incinerated on the spot.
And then the other one will take 7 points of fire damage.
Other one's still standing.
Okay.
Point blank at this thing, and it is just a pile of ash.
I'm going to... Are reactions a thing in this game?
Not really.
I can't remember. Okay. I would like to try to dive out of the way of these things. I hate them. I want them to stop hitting me. Not as an action, but just like I am on the move. I am trying to get closer to sort of where everybody else is.
Yep, easily done. Rejoining the pack so you're not singled out anymore. Alright. Then that brings us to the dragon-like creatures. Onto Echo. One of them is going to try to sting you with its tail. This is Dex plus Insight, so a D8 plus a D10. Double 2, so a total of 8 against your defense.
Nope, does not hit.
No, it doesn't. It does still get its claw attack, but that is... no, that's a 9 to hit.
Does not hit.
Nope, does nothing. The other one against Cadence, who got pulled out of the realm of reality. I'll roll because it might not matter. Tail Strike is a 12. I don't know if that hits. And I'll roll for the claws. 4, 5,
12
6.
does hit.
And an 11. I don't know if 11
So a 12 and 11 hits.
against Cadence or you?
Oh, my bad. I thought I'm still here.
No. Then one attacked you.
I
It
thought you
missed
were still
everything.
attacked.
The other one tried to hit Cadence. We'll let Anna get back.
My bad, I wasn't paying attention.
All good.
I can hear you. What was the hit?
12 with the stinger tail and 11 with the claws.
And that is against normal defense?
Yep.
That will not hit.
Both of them missing. You know what? I have a villain point. No, this was specifically
You don't
given
have to. You don't have to.
against Sprout.
It's fine. I didn't do anything. I have done nothing to deserve this tonight.
Did you know that you can just have villain points and you don't have to use them? Nobody's making you. That's just a fun thing that I like to remind
They
you
make a
of.
good point.
Still gonna, but yeah.
You have free will.
Top of round 3, this is the last round of combat. As long as there is not some surprise TPK, it is the last round. Which means that Cadence is up first.
That is me. Yeah, just same thing. The draconic one that I'm currently fighting, is that one still up or did it go down?
It is still up. It is in
Awesome.
crisis.
Awesome. Yeah, I will again kind of fighting in sync with Ree. Kind of not, I think she knocks the creature's head down with the shield, and as Ree stabs in, I'll spin around her and stab upwards as well.
Go for it.
And that's an 18.
With the without the +4.
Without the
So
with the
22.
+4 and my +1 from Starshine that I always forget, it is 23 to hit.
23 to hit. It has a defense of 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not an opportunity.
She'll make it an opportunity.
If she wants to, absolutely.
Once per round.
Amazing. So that is, it's going to be, does it have any status effects on it currently?
It actually should have had weak from her axe attack, so has 1.
Cool. So that's going to be 26 points of light damage.
Oh, it's dead. It's so dead.
Okay. Amazing. And then I'm going to give Ree advantage.
Okay.
I think, does Echo look like they're in trouble? I missed part of combat.
No,
glancing over
completely
towards
missed.
Echo. Amazing. Yeah, I'm going to give advantage to Ree.
Okay. At that, this thing, being decapitated, not even like turning to communicate with you again, just wordlessly, just steps forward towards more enemies. That's a great axe, kind of melting away into this like bladed, segmented whip, and just lashes forward, grabbing onto one and pulling it away from. Oh God. Sprout, what is her name?
Neladry?
Neladry, thank you. Not even gonna roll. I don't think, at this point, with a +4, I don't think this should miss. Echo, that brings us to you.
Awesome. Same thing. Just rapier. Making a poke at anybody that's near my dad. So let's roll it for the accuracy. That's 13 to hit.
Yeah, beats a defensive 8.
Awesome. And the damage is 9 plus 6, 15
15.
physical damage.
That puts it in crisis.
Awesome. And that's one action, right? I think that's good.
That's it, yeah.
Are any of the people I've hit at all have any status?
All the people that you've hit, all the monsters that you hit, are dead.
Oh. Okay. Well. Dang.
Your father, pulling back that trident, sees that one that you just stabbed at, twirls the trident around and just brings it down multiple times, just stabbing and slashing into this thing. Fun fact, when he attacks, he only has to roll 1 die. The other one is considered a 10.
Oh, nice. Pops is not only cooler in this world, he is much stronger.
Is
Wow.
this their end game party? Did we bump into them at the end of their run?
Basically, yeah. After they went through everything, after they lost everything, they are fighting for the end of their world, and they come across you.
I mean, hey, maybe they already killed it. Maybe we're good.
Yeah.
We can dream.
But that is 44 points of physical damage. That thing is just cut to ribbons. And
So you had, Pops, you had to lose me and Mom for you to be this cool?
does not say a word to that.
Cool.
That brings us over to the flying creatures. I think there's one left, Sprout, that is following behind you as you charge into the group.
Tread carefully, Hoop. Don't take me down.
It's gonna try. It's gonna claw you.
Come on, Hoop.
D8 plus 10. A 4-10 against your defense.
No.
Breaks against the armor. Nothing. Sprout, that brings us to you.
I'm running into combat and I'm gonna kind of slide and spin around and drop to one knee as I do, and I'm gonna shoot at it with the crossbow, the heavy crossbow,
Go for it.
which is Dex, my D8 and D10.
The artifact bow. Forged at a draconic layer.
It's gonna be a 10.
10 is its defense.
Thank God. Okay, so that's gonna be 21 points of fire damage and 7 points allocated to somebody else, whoever's
Right.
around.
The one that you're aiming at just burns to embers, and the one behind it is just skewered, stuck to the obsidian pillars, and just burns away.
Delightful. That's my move.
I did not expect Sprout to be our sniper, but here we are.
Y'all handed me a really cool crossbow, man. This thing is fucking phenomenal.
There's one draconic enemy left, and it is the one facing Echo, because the one that was facing Cadence is dead. So Echo, it's going to try and stab with its tail. It is in crisis.
Okay.
11-15 to hit your defense.
Absolutely it hits.
And it's bonus for a crisis, which I definitely remember, and I'm not looking up.
Of course not. Why would you? You're like the master of this game.
Of course, yeah. That is 18 points of poison damage,
Cool.
and I need you to succeed on a difficulty 10 might plus willpower check.
Sweet. All right, I can do that. And my D8. That's a 6 and a 7. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, let me do that again. I can count. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. So you were just slowed. You are not petrified.
So 18 poison damage, you said?
Yep.
Cool.
And it does have its claws. Is a 21 to hit.
Yes, it absolutely hits.
For 14 points of physical damage.
Awesome. 48 minus the first one you said was 18,
18
and
and
the
then
next
14.
one was 14. Cool. Alrighty then. I've entered crisis.
This is the first time that any of them have survived long enough for one of you to enter crisis. It gets to repeat its tail sting attack. Okay. I mean, with its +4, it's a 6. I don't think that hits. Oh wait, that's a fumble. Is that our first fumble? Like ever?
At the very least, in a
Maybe.
long time.
Who fumbled against who?
Uh,
Against me?
yeah.
Oh, sweet. What happens with that fumble?
When both dice rolled show a 1, the result is a fumble, which is the opposite of a critical success. No matter the modifiers, a fumble check is always a failure. When you roll fumble, whoever controls the opposition gets... So you get an opportunity against this monster.
Cool. I'm not re-pulling up that opportunity stuff. Not at all. Obviously,
You could give
I
a
know
+4
what it
to your
is.
dad. You could create a bond with your not dad.
Actually, yeah, my dad's fine. He doesn't need a +4. I'll do that bonding thing.
Yeah.
Let me bond with the nicer older man. That was my dad.
So yeah, you have created a bond.
Can I if you don't mind, can I sort of like define where the bond comes from?
Sure. I mean, there are emotions that you got to assign to it.
Yeah, I was
Either
thinking
admiration, loyalty, or affection.
I was gonna add affection. He is going to feel the bond of affection because hey, he saw his version of me die already, and now I'm sort of dying or at least wounded right in front of him. It's not great. So that is where the bond is coming from. Let us tear this super nice version of my father down with emotions.
That tail stinger just whips into you. The claws rake down, and that stinger gets ready to strike again. But as it does, that trident is just jammed down, catching the tail. And he just glares at it. Takes one look at you to make sure you're okay. And then goes to attack it.
I whisper in the most coolest way. Thanks, Daddy-O.
And Sprout, I think we're down to you. Oh no, you already went. We're down to Opie.
It's me. I get to do things. I didn't think I'd get this far. Is there anything else flying around that
There's
hasn't
about
died yet?
100 of them left in the air with you.
Awesome. I want to make their day bad, I think. If any of them look like they're getting any funny ideas about folks on the ground, I'm essentially going to try to play keep away. But I'm keeping these fools away from my friends, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know what targeting is going to look like in that sort of situation.
You could basically guard all of your companions.
Oh wait, I remembered I can do a cool thing. Can I do some weird alchemy? Can I do some weird
Yes.
science?
Always.
Excellent. Because I got new and better potions this time. And I'm gonna make that everyone's problem. I don't think I have enough D20s out to roll for this. Hold on. Excellent. I'm gonna make an advanced potion. Just midair, grabbing things from my body, and shoving them together in ways that may or may not cause problems for people, and then hopefully getting some sort of AoE situation. We'll see if that works. Every enemy present on the scene is a 20. Awesome, cool. So I guess we're using that for that. Potions are so weird in this one because you roll a bunch of dice and you have all of these little charts and you have to take the numbers that you rolled and match them up to things. So I have to do some really weird math here for a second. Well, so that's, unfortunately, all the other of my dice are good things. Actually, all of these dice would end up being good things. So I'm going to take the any option and give every enemy on the scene 20 poison damage.
Poison damage. The dragon-like creatures are immune to it. What does this look like? What is this alchemical bomb look like?
I think it looks like Ovi's just sort of in midair. You know, there's like the hinge, the chassis, just sort of in its sort of torso situation. Just sort of reaches in and grabs a couple of things, not having a whole lot of time. Sort of looks at the assortment and is like, "This is not going to be great." And essentially calls out to everybody below, "You may want to hold your breath," and then smash it, like flies up into the thing and smashes them together. Because I don't need to breathe. The rest of you do. But I'm smashing two chemicals together and making probably some sort of noxious gas. I don't know what's happening.
Another war crime.
But hopefully getting high enough that I am the only ally affected.
Yeah. All
We'll
of
see.
these creatures, these bat-like creatures, just start convulsing and then just start dropping out of the sky. What's left of those twisted dragon-like creatures just start reeling back, turn, and sprint out of the fight.
I think Ophi swoops out of a cloud of gas. I think you can breathe now. Just sort of flapping wings, trying to disperse the gas once everything is dead.
You are hit by a high-speed, airborne tackle of a hug as Zariel just comes barreling into you, landing, grabbing, and I mean, unless you were braced for an aerial attack, the two of you are probably to the ground.
I'm not, but I cannot stress this enough. My wings are so hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Zariel certainly thinks so.
God damn it.
Definitely hits. The two of you just go tumbling and then has to immediately let go. I don't... Where did you get the wings? How were you here? What?
I got them from you.
From me?
Yes, of course. And we'll sort of, what is it? I think it was the arm that got replaced, has the etching in it. Ophi will roll up a sleeve and show it to Zariel, and there's the etching of the feather. I studied you, and we made our own.
There's a moment where they just look over at Neladry, back at you. Oh, you're not my Ophi.
You are
Sorry.
not my Zariel as well.
And they'll stand up and hold a
can
hand to
understand the
help you
confusion.
up.
Yeah, she'll take it. Are you disappointed?
No, I'm fine.
Ophi knows that's not true, but I'm not going to say anything.
Speaking of Neladry, as the last of the combatants flee, you would feel a heavy gauntleted hand on your shoulder, Sprout.
Sprout's beat to shit. I'm at 20 health points. Kind of stumbles and
Oh, I am too. I'm at 16, so.
winces. Hi.
I don't think you're supposed to be here.
Well, here we are. We have questions.
We do too. First, thanks. This place tries to kill us every 10 steps.
Don't thank me. And we'll gesture over to Candace. She does all the heavy hitting. Go thank Candace. Cadence, damn it! I'm doing it too.
Sorry. It's Cadence, my
Just
other
remember,
one is
it's a
Candace.
pun.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
Because it's time. Cadence,
didn't
it's a pun.
know. I'm so bad at puns.
And I knew
Anna.
that. Like, I knew Cadence time, and yet I kept saying it one time, and now that's all I keep saying.
Anna, why didn't you tell me this episode 1? There's so many times that I've said Candace.
Well, we
but
can have
we'll
a
just
chat in a
gesture over to
moment.
Cadence.
Why don't you let me take a look at those wounds?
Please.
And she'll, pull out a first aid kit and start tending to some of your more grievous injuries. There's definitely a moment of all of these individuals looking at you, all coming to that same realization in their various ways, and on some faces you're almost seeing a look of betrayal of sorts, of disappointment, of these people suffering that loss all over again for their loved ones that they had already grieved for. But Cadence is, your companions are those of you that are injured that would be willing. Neladry will tend to your wounds, but Ree would just pull you a couple steps away from the others. So he said that I am safe where you're from.
For now, they have definitely tried to kill you and me, but we've managed to avoid it so far. You are with, what's her name? The Dogmaster. I just have the Dogmaster on my sheet.
Taya.
Kaya?
Taya with a T.
Taya, that's right, Taya. You were with Taya in hiding.
Hiding? Huh. Doesn't sound like me, but I guess you don't exactly know me.
No, the you from my timeline was more of a politician than you seem to be.
Oh, gods, I would have hated that. No, you were always
trained
far
with the
better at talking to people than I was.
That does not sound like me. I trained with the Osprey. And Myri led the family, was on the council.
Oh, well, that's how I know none of this can be real, because if it's real, then our lives are just one big joke.
What do you mean?
I mean, look at us. We're from the same world, basically, but we couldn't be more different.
Gives us an advantage, though. I don't think they expected us to meet like this. It seems that they've gone through quite a lot of trouble to mess up each timeline, so we don't have a chance in any of them.
They sure
This
did.
gives us an advantage, I think.
Surprised you let that one travel with you. Gesturing over towards Ophi.
Why?
We had to lock our version away.
Why? What happened?
Well, she's the one that they want. At least for us. I don't. You're apparently different.
I don't know. As far as I know, they want all of us, but even if she was the one that they want, they are far safer with us on the move, I think. In one static place.
Yeah, probably.
Our enemy, we don't even know them yet, but they seem to have hands everywhere.
What do you mean you don't know them?
We barely know anything about them.
They didn't conquer your world? Armies clad in all black, sailing from kingdom to kingdom?
They're in the process of that. They're in Lostanica. I don't know about anywhere else. We were in Priya because some of your rivals on the council attacked us, blew up our home.
That would explain why you, messed with the timeline, because you're not supposed to be here until they fully take over the world.
It's a good thing, right?
We'll see. I know our world sure used us. Funded people, civilians, kept cities safe up until we were needed here. Wonder how your world is doing without you there.
That's a good question.
Yeah, not one
What
that
are
we
you
can
doing
answer.
here? What are you doing here? What's your mission?
Trying to end it. Cut off the head,
How?
rest all falls to pieces.
Who's the head?
Know his name. Tussled with him enough, I probably should. Gave me enough of these scars. Killed you, in fact.
Is he an arrogant asshole? Calls himself death?
So you have met him.
Yeah, we defeated him, and we are chasing him here.
Right.
I think we skipped a few steps.
Think so. But, hey. Maybe all of us together will stand something like a chance.
I'm sorry that I didn't last long enough in your timeline.
Just, I'm not her. Don't worry about me. Don't do anything stupid on my
I know.
behalf. I'm not
Been
going to
told
worry
that you're
about
not
you.
my entire life. Good.
You're not her. As long as we can agree on that, we'll be just fine.
I think we can. I have spent my entire life protecting my Re. You obviously do not need it.
Nope. Just everyone else around me that needed protection. She'll turn and head back to... Not like that this conversation was hushed or anything. Anyone that wanted to listen would overhear this.
Yep. She walks away from me like Cadence walks away from everyone else.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like looking in a mirror. A very sassy mirror.
I will follow her back to the group.
Those of you that were injured, I'll jump you. Oh god, Nelgy didn't spend any. Anyone that's injured, you can recover 50 health points.
Oh, cool.
Thanks, Auntie.
Nelgy, of course, being a very motherly-looking figure. Motherly, of course, clad in heavy plate armor, hefting just a big old tower shield, which is currently just stuck into the ground. Ophi, there's a figure there that has kind of been watching you, has not approached, not said anything, but seems to very much want to.
Do I recognize them?
Yes, in the same way that everyone else recognizes their loved ones. This individual created you.
Interesting. I think it probably takes Sophie a while to realize who it is, because I don't know how much interaction they have had with the individual that made them. Was largely in recent memory a team of people upkeeping them. So I think they sort of see this person staring at them, just sort of keep looking back, like paying more attention to like Nelladry, because I like vaguely know, like once the name happens, I like know what's going on there, and I like, okay, that makes sense. I think at one point after Ophi sort of as healed up as they can get, it just sort of stands up, turns on a heel, and just sort of like walks right up to him. Is there
There's
something you would like to say to me?
a look of deep guilt. No, no, nothing. It's you just you remind me of someone. That's all.
Is this a bad thing? That seems to be a bad thing here.
No, nothing. Just you just have one of those faces, I guess. You
Yes,
know
one
who
of
I
those
am?
faces that was borrowed. You seem familiar, yes. Whoever it was to you, I am not your Ophelia.
I know.
Is
I
that all right?
I'm actually glad you're here. It means that she doesn't have to be.
I am happy to be of assistance.
Do you even know what it is you're assisting? Why you're here?
I believe we are still on a rescue mission, sort of turns around to get eyes on Sprout. Although it seems that there is, it may have gotten out of hand.
Yeah. Every time that I saw it, it was always some other kind of bait. No matter
Is that
what I
what you believe
did,
this is?
I could never save her. Not once. And you might hate me for this. You'd have every right to. But I made you in the hopes that if you died, that would be enough and she could live.
Was it?
I don't know, you're still alive.
But I am not yours. There is another me, yes?
There is.
Is that still alive?
Last I checked.
I think Ophi does the thing where she sort of everything stops moving, sort of processing behind the eyes, and sort of glances back at the rest of the group because Zariel said that I died.
Mhm.
Do you know these other friends that you were fighting with before we came here? Are you all from the same place?
They are. I've traveled. I said I try to save you, her. I try to stop it every time, but everywhere I go, it's the same thing every time.
How many iterations have you attempted to stop?
I lost count. You
I apologize, but
you
I do
can't
not
tell
intend
them.
to test your theory.
Can't tell them that a version of you is alive. It's not fair to them.
They have already seen me.
No. Gestures at Zariel and Neladri. As far as they know, you're dead. She's dead.
The original, you mean?
Yeah.
Does that help her? For them to not know? Or does that only help you?
Why does it matter to you?
Because it is my decision.
Helps them feel like they have a purpose. They're trying to avenge her.
Is saving her not enough?
Not the same thing. You don't understand.
How can you claim to know what I understand?
'Cause I've seen you die
You do not know
too
me.
many times.
I am alive. You have seen something die. You have seen several somethings die. You have not seen me die.
I need you to stop it. You're here to die for her, and that's it.
What would that fix?
I can't. I can't do this. Uh, he's gonna start getting up and kind of strolling around the campsite.
I think Ophi sort of sits there for a minute, doing the whole, still processing and then turns to go find Sprout.
Currently being bandaged.
Yeah, still
That's
sitting
fine.
with
I don't care
Melody.
who overhears. I have very little tact, and that's okay.
You'd walk up to hear a conversation about, oh, hey, does Granny still make that rhubarb pie?
Yeah, it doesn't taste very good.
No, it's
Did it
awful.
taste good?
No.
Okay, all right.
No, we always lie.
Making sure we're on the same page. Yeah, but we all sit down and eat it because that's what you do when she's around. So.
Told her it was good every time. Looking up at Ophi, ties off the bandage. I'm gonna go check in the others. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you to it.
Hey.
I have a question about the threads.
I'll try to have an answer.
Do I have one?
Of course.
And you said that the other me, the first one, she has one incorrectly, correct?
Yeah. Something is twisted about hers.
Would it be possible, if mine was severed, to reattach it to hers?
Sprout looks away, glances at the others in the group. And says, I don't know, and I don't really want to find out. There's going to be a different way to fix it.
I see that you are concerned. I do not intend to test this theory. I simply wish to know if their goals are misguided entirely, or if there is substance to them.
I mean, whatever's attached to her is not meant to be. And my only guess is if somebody's thread was going to be reattached somewhat successfully, they'd at least have to kind of be willing. But it's not about it's about the individual person and their connection to the network. And nobody can really recreate that. So best case, it's a little less twisted, but it's always going to be wrong.
I understand. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what it means, but he is not theirs. In the same way that we are not theirs.
I turn to Nelladry and kind of try to catch her eye wherever she's at. And would gesture
Move
her
like
back over
15
to
feet away and is kind of just like awkwardly standing there.
You can rejoin. Why is he not from your timeline?
Why?
I mean, we're all from the same timeline. Everyone else, I'm assuming, is from the same one. Where the hell did he come from?
He showed up one day, asked if we had ever worked on any projects. Like, I don't even remember what the hell he called it. But yeah, I mean, we helped to take care of his daughter. He was always really cagey on where he was from exactly, but hell of a fighter. Helped save my life a few times, so kind of just let it pass. Why?
Sprout reaches for the crossbow, and I'm gonna turn around. And do I get any sense of a threat from this guy?
None whatsoever.
I aim the crossbow at him.
Hey, whoa,
And
hey. What are you doing?
I send over to Cadence and Ophi and Echo. This guy isn't right. We can't trust him. And then to him, I will say, I think I'll just say, I know that you're not from where we come from. Who are you?
There's a moment where Neladree's like still like hand up, kind of like resting on the bow. Like looks over at him, back at you. Ithar, what are they talking about? I mean, I know you traveled or whatever, but look, he's like I said, he's been a friend.
Do you see a connection between him and the network? The one that you can find on everybody else, everything living?
Yeah, I mean, no, but he's also not from the same place that we're from.
And where is that?
Hopefully the same place you are, just a little different.
Again, you've never seen the thread on him that you can find on every other living thing.
He saved my life before.
And I think he's about to cost us everything.
I know that look in your eye. My sister always had the same one, and every time she did, she was right. The Neladree will lift her hand off the bow. Better start talking, Gathar. Just kind of keeps pacing back and forth. I've seen this too many times. You have no idea what you're doing. She needs to die. Every time. I can't stop it. So I took her out of the equation. Locked her away, built that thing, hoped that there was enough of her in there that it would satisfy whatever sick fate keeps running us through this again and again. I just want to keep her safe. So wrong about
Did you
that.
know she didn't want to come back?
She doesn't know what she wants. I am her father. I know what is best.
When was the last time you spoke to her?
What does that matter? She's safe.
She's locked in a cell. I can't even tell if she's alive.
She's alive. She's breathing. She's She's alive. You can all also see Zariel has landed, is standing behind Ophi, and is furious.
And it's a look I recognize, I think. I'm going to circle around and put a hand on Zariel's shoulder. The other one on Starshine's hilt. Because I don't know where this is going, but I don't want Zariel to jump the gun on it.
In a very low, almost growl, he says, "One more bad thing about Ophi, I'm going to rip his head off."
Keep your cool for now. You may still have the chance. Let's not push it too quickly.
He's kind of stops pacing, now just facing you all. What do you think this is gonna do? You think killing me is gonna stop any of this? No. You're gonna lose. You do every time.
And what is the one common denominator in all of those timelines that you have witnessed? Who is the one constant?
Other than my daughter dying? Are you saying this is my fault?
Daughter. Your daughter is specific to the timeline, I assume.
Yeah, and I took her out of it.
Has that fixed anything?
I don't know, you're still alive.
Ophi will turn to Zariel. I dislike to do this, but that is not the case where you are from, yes?
There is just fury behind Zariel's eyes that you have never seen.
There is a cool metal hand on their arm.
You can tell that they are fighting back the tears.
And your world is still in trouble. Yes?
Yes.
Just looking back at Cathar. There is one constant.
What would you have me do? Just let her die over and over and over?
Let us finish the story this time.
Fine. I'll just have to find the next one. Hope maybe they'll listen.
Maybe you would come back. Just to see if you were right.
I'm always right. It's always the same. Fine.
Maybe
Do it
it is
your
better
way.
to be wrong.
But when your plan doesn't work, and everything around you crumbles, know that I tried to stop it.
Good luck in the next one.
If no one tries to stop him, he will just turn and walk off.
I'm so tempted to shoot him. So tempted.
You and Zariel both.
Also, there's no force in that hand. If Zariel wants to take action, that's on Zariel, but I'm just here to be a comfort
They are waiting to not be the first one to strike.
I think Sprout's waiting for the same thing that is saving this guy's life right now.
Cadence was ready to be the first one to strike, but he is walking away, so that's good enough. We don't need to waste more resources before fighting death again.
I will lower the crossbow. Turn back to Neladry. You've been doing this a lot longer than me, and you were never suspicious of that?
You're supposed to be my kin, and you don't know that you're supposed to keep your enemies closer?
Yeah, but usually if I have to keep them that close, I'm gonna shoot them at least once.
What nonsense did your mother teach you?
Do you see this? Do you see what I'm holding? I got this from a dragon, okay? I think we're in I think we're in a better situation than you are. I think my plan works better.
She like pulls up a piece of the breastplate, and it's just like this 14-inch long scar. And I got that from a dragon.
You can't shoot anybody with that. Sprout is I think it feels like home for the first time in a long time. Arguing like this.
She is identical. It's like a family reunion. The two of you are just getting into it. It just feels comfortable.
Ophi just leans to the other two. I apologize. I did not intend to lose us an ally, enemy. I'm unclear.
I think it's for the best.
If he was really our ally, he wouldn't call you a thing. He wouldn't say that you are expendable. No version of Ophelia is expendable. I need to get some air. And she'll take off here.
Are you okay?
It seems that I am hurting people by being here.
You are not. Not any more than the rest of us are. We are the faces of everyone they lost. It's going to be painful, but we need their help, and they need ours. We're here when we're not supposed to be. We have a chance to break this chain and maybe stop from losing everyone like they did. It is painful for everyone. We have to be resolute. We have to finish this.
Do you think they will forgive us?
For what?
For who we are not?
They are from a different timeline, a different world than us. As soon as this is done, they'll never see us again. Years from now will be a bad dream, like most of this.
I do not think I like to be a bad dream.
I know. Trust me, I am very familiar with that. I've been a bad dream to far too many people for far too long. But if we have a chance to end this, we need to take it.
Miss Cadence?
It's okay as I can be. It is heartening to know that in at least some other timelines, even if I do not survive, that my sister still does. I'm thankful for that at least. But in the end, we're responsible for our timeline. All these other ones are coming together now to try and put an end to this, but in the end, we are responsible for ours and the people that are still in ours. The Zariel that you know, the Ree that I know. We have to do this for them.
We will.
The two of you are standing there talking. Everyone's still kind of just somberly staring, having hushed conversations. When that almost like, that jokingly light-hearted argument that you're hearing from Neladry and Sprout is interrupted by the two of them just screaming in pain. Sprout, you are hit by a very similar vision to what you had before, of Mara being hoisted up by these spiked bloody chains, being held in front of these legion of death minions, and one figure in the pitch black armor just holding out a blade, not quite against her, but close enough to let you know that if he wanted to, he could end her. You hear just the low rumble of his voice. Time's running out. Neladry's companions immediately rush to her side and to help her back up. I assume you guys rush to Sprout.
Are you okay?
We have to go.
What did you see?
It's Mara. She doesn't have much time left. It's a trap. It's gonna be a trap, but
Neladry looks over.
Of course it is.
Why is he using a fate demon as bait? What is...
damn it, hang on. A what?
Fate demon. They like to mix in with people, they like to tug on strings, they like to manipulate, work their way into power.
Okay, I don't have time to unpack how my hypothetical girlfriend is a demon.
Wait, what?
I need to know how to get to them, and I need to know how to stop him.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We made a few changes to the timeline.
Clearly. Whatever. Just help me up. Come on, I patched you all the best I can.
This is good, though. Yes? He is baiting us. Maybe he does not expect you.
Maybe he thinks we're dead.
It's a really good point.
All right, we can
You
use
should
that.
go in first.
Yeah. We'll hold back. Try to keep you covered if you need help. We're there. You said this is a trap. All right.
Wait for the trap to spring, and then do what you can.
Well, I can't be there by your side from the get-go. And she'll pull out a small deck of cards, each with various symbols on them. I leave it up to all of you which buff you all want. You can all be resistant to fire damage. You can all be resistant to ice damage and become immune to enraged.
Is that the same card?
2 different cards.
Okay.
So resistance to ice damage and immune to enraged are 1 card.
Okay.
Immune to enraged would slap.
The 3rd card, you're resistant to dark damage, and you gain +1 bonus to your magic defense. The 4th card, you have resistance to earth and poison, as well as being immune to the poison condition, and you all gain 5 extra max HP. Or you have resistance to air and bolt damage. And if we want to talk about this over the course between now and the next game, we can absolutely do so.
I think that would be best.
Fair
Probably. This feels like a big decision.
Yeah.
Then, as the camera pans up and away, the pack of cards kind of splayed out in front of you. That is where we are going to bring today's game of Fatal Ascension, our Fabula Ultima campaign, to a close. A big ol' heavy lore drop episode right before a big ol' heavy boss fight. Oh boy. Things are about to get real rough. But I have the utmost faith in you. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you to my lovely cast for absolutely nailing it every single time we play. Y'all are incredible. Thank you to everyone that came out to support us. Sword and Key, Singularity Roleplay, the Lollygaggers. Thank you all so much for the raids. We love you all so much. Thank you for sharing your communities with us. But before we get out of here, I do want to go around one more time, let everyone tell you who they are, where you can find them, and then we will get out of your hair. Let's put on some lighter music. If that even exists in my playlist of music. But, oh, that's lighter, yeah. We're gonna start with Anna.
Oh, hi, that is me. I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny, most places on the internet. I'm a queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. You can find me on Twitter at Archival Dust Bun and most other social media, including Instagram and Blue Sky at Archival Dust Bunny. As far as where to find me, I am all over the place. I am not going to list everything off tonight. Follow me on social media to kind of see everywhere that I am streaming. Keep an eye out over on the GR Crew for Tears of the Rose or Blue Rose actual play campaign, and over on Thorny Dryad's channel for U-Force Inheritance, which is our Masks actual play. Both are wonderful games with wonderful casts. I'll mention for Glyza from the library, which is our Monster Care Squad actual play over on their channel. It's a lot of fun. We get to go and save monsters. We're currently in space, trying to save a monster from flying into the sun. It's we're having a rough time, check it out. Starting very soon on May 24th is season 3 of Morphs in the Swamp, which is our Animorphs Blades in the Dark campaign. So if you like trauma and drama, teen romance, children fighting in an intergalactic war, it's great. We had our session 0, and there's so much trauma in store for us. So if you want to see us hurt, come and check it out over on Valdrian's channel on the 24th. And then, of course, Bloom and Blight. I'll let Kit talk about Bloom and Blight. Kit usually does a better job than I do. So check that out as well.
Yeah.
Pass it on. Follow me on social media to see everywhere else. I stream all the time.
I mean, you're telling me that Anna is playing a character with lots of trauma? What?
I know. My character has unintentionally become the Rachel of the group. If you know Animorphs, that'll tell you a lot.
That memory just unlocks so many deep childhood memories in me, you have no idea. I adored the Animorph books growing up. I read every single one. Anyways, over to Kian.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. My pronouns are they, he. You can find me on the interwebs at uptight_chiffon, uptight-chiffon, depending on where you're hanging out. Obviously, I'm here playing Sprout for at least one more episode. We'll see. We'll see what happens at the end of the next episode. Sprout might be out of here. I am here every other Wednesday for our Nova campaign, Season 2. I adore that cast. I adore that game. Also, lots of trauma. We're doing great. Really cohesive team right now. Every other Tuesday, I'm over on Entropy Emporium. They call us Villains, our Horror and Masks game. I'm just an angsty little lad in that one. Every other Wednesday, High Shelf Collective for our Beacons of Firelight game. Every other Thursday, Project Reach Extraction, which actually the final episode is going to be not this week, but next week. That's been a lot of fun. It's our .hack sign inspired heist in the internet game, so that one's very cool. I am here on May 7th for Old Gods of Appalachia, our second episode, which is going to be a delightful time. We're getting dragged into a ghost cave. It's super fine. What else am I forgetting? I'm sure there's something else that I'm forgetting. Follow me on social media. I got a couple of the projects that I have coming up, so that will be the first place that you hear about it. That's it. I think that's me.
In the Nova game, we are about to fight Other Mother from Coraline.
We are.
If Other Mother was half
It's terrifying.
robot. Anyways, yeah, over to Kit.
Worse. If Other Mother was worse.
Hi, it's me, and also Vincent. Hello, places on the internet at Kit Roll, or at Kit Roll Cause on some places while they're still around. When I'm not being a little robot, I'm other places being almost a little robot. You can find me on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday, over on High Shelf Collective in our Beacons game, Beacons of Firelight, where I'm a little AI, not quite a robot in that one, almost. It's a delightful little game. I'm eating my AI siblings for power. So if that speaks to you on any sort of level, come hang out. It's a delightful little game. As previously mentioned, every other Thursday, you can check out Project Reach Extraction, although we might be ending that soon. We may have hit the jackpot. We'll see. But I'm over there playing an arena fighter. So it's a fun and normal time that we're having on that one. Fridays and Saturdays, you can head over to Life in the Apocalypse to catch Season 3 of A Season of Secrets and Shadows. It is our Regency-flavored Monster Hearts game. It is 2 tables, 1 narrative, all Regency-flavored monster romance. I am a vampire over on that one, and I've been in Darkest Self the entire season. So we're having... choices are being made. I'll just kind of leave it at that. But if you want shenanigans, if you want drama, if you want trauma, and like they touch hands a little bit, come check it out. And then, as mentioned by Anna, if you like magical girls, if you like queer stories, if you like taking hope, wrenching it from the jaws of defeat, but still crying a little bit, you can check out Bloom and Blight. It's our Girl by Moonlight actual play podcast. You can get it wherever you get podcasts. If it's not there, let me know. I'll put it there. Threaten a promise. I got you, bestie. If you want episode announcements and clips and things like that, you can find us on basically all of the socials at Bloom and Blight, all spelled out. And if you want cast and character information, transcripts of all of our episodes, and a link to the community Discord for the Derek Full Archives Podcast Network, you can go to bloomandblight.com. I think that's all I'm allowed to talk about legally. That is a lie. Starting on the 19th, you can head over to Sword and Key, where I will be playing some public access. We're doing sort of creepypasta investigations in 2004. So we're breaking out all of our Y2K fashions and slangs and flip phones. And it's going to be a weird one, but I think it's going to be fun. So you can check that out for about 4 Sundays. We're doing a little run of that. I think that's all I'm legally allowed to talk about. But keep an eye on the socials, and I will drop more things as I'm allowed to.
Heck yeah.
Over to you, Hoop.
Just leaves me, of course, I am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. If you like what we do and you want to support us, we do have a YouTube channel where you can go and watch and like and support all the videos. We also have a Discord link down below, that big old button that says Discord. It is where we post things like our monthly casting calls, our schedules, and just generally hang out and be giant nerds. But that's all we got. It's late. I'm going to throw right over to our friends at Enchanting Sorcery. We're playing some Heaven's Fire. It looks like a D&D 5th edition campaign. So, yeah, that's all I got. As always, be good people, do good things, and if you see alternate versions of your loved ones fighting demons, go save them. It's the right thing to do. We'll see you next time.